The new Tanglewood and Phasmophobia has been out for a few days now, and I want to give my reviews, my opinions on the new update. I try to keep things positive, but I also try to keep it real, so there are a few criticisms I have, but I want to say right off the bat that all of the criticisms don't diminish the positives in any way for me. I do think the positives outweigh. There are just a few changes I would make. There's one negative I noticed, which is unfortunate that it's what it starts with, and that's the sound. I know they're really proud of the sound, but it feels really imbalanced. It sounds ridiculously loud. The volume of the ambient sound is a bit too much. It sounds like some sort of storm perpetually, and it's really unfortunate that that's the first thing you hear as soon as you load in. But the sounds itself are good. You just need it quieter. I like the changes of the yard. Looks a little more overgrown. I like the little garden gnome that in one of my games the ghost itself was somehow able to throw, even though it's outside of the house. But I found it in the middle of the floor when it normally is right here. One of the positives for the new version of Tanglewood is how many things you have to interact with. Every room seems to have some unique interactions that you can do or the ghost can do, and that's really fun to me. See, even in the house, the ambient sound's just a little bit loud. It's just a little bit much. Keeps being right at the front and turning off my lights. But the sound design as a whole is nice. What am I hearing? Oh, something in the other room. Getting distracted by actually playing. The sink is on. I really like how they're going for a story within it, and they really do an effective job of telling the story. Though there's some confusions. It's clear that there's a dog in the house and a little girl in the house. We even have names for them. We have Nancy, the little girl who lived in the house. We've got a ton of things for the dog. We've got a bed here and a bed in a different room. We've got dog toys. You go in the dining room and you even find dog bowls that tell you the dog's name is Izzy. And I like those little details that you get some information about the people who live here. The one question for me, though, it seems like it's a little girl named Nancy and possibly a grandmother. I get that impression because... Whoa. Where are you, ghost? Where are you? The ghost is somewhere in the front. I get the impression that it is just a girl and her grandmother, I believe, because of the shoes. There's only one pair of shoes next to the bed, and that to me suggests only one person lives in this bed. And I'm thinking grandmother because there are things like sewing kit stuff. Here in the living room we've got a whole bundle of yarn, which I wish you could interact with, but you can't. We have a purse here, and that further indicates to me that this is a grandmother living here. We got more pictures of a little girl, Shirley, Nancy. I wonder if there's somewhere that indicates what the grandmother's name is. But we also have a picture of the little girl and what appears to be a grandfather. So there was a grandfather here at some point in time, at least. But maybe there still is. Maybe this grandfather is non-traditional, which I applaud him for. But yeah, there are signs. Ghost. I'm trying to show them things. But there are other signs also that there's only a kid and one adult living here, because of the little shoes and the big shoes by the back door also suggests that there's only 2 people living here, which does pose the question of what's the story with the child? were her parents instead of a grandparent. So there are still some questions left about the family from what I can tell. There may be more to uncover, more clues somewhere hidden in here. I like that they've added details there that you can sort of decipher the kind of people who live here. I can't decide if I like the update of if you can't go into a hiding place, it's just locked. I can't decide if I like that or not, but I do think it's interesting. It potentially saves some time so you're not opening a hiding spot and hoping that you can hide there when, oops, you can't. Oh, except, what is this? So only closets are, some are still just blocked, some are locked, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Oh, here's the bone. I like the washing room, the laundry room here. Feels more spacious. I don't know how they manage that, but it feels a lot more spacious here. So similarly, I like this front bathroom. It's got a more spacious feel. Everything has really a vintage feel too, and I'm not sure what that's telling with the story other than that it feels like an older person. One of the biggest grievances of this house for me in the updates, it kills me that you cannot interact with this puzzle. Wait a second. I feel like how much of the puzzle is done has changed since the last time I came in this. That can't be, can it? It haunts me though that I cannot interact with this puzzle. I want to be able to... Ghost. I want to be able to interact with this puzzle. I want to be able to pick up the pieces and put them where they go. I want to be able to solve the puzzle. I know it'd be really hard to place them correctly, but I want the opportunity to try. That, I feel like, is one of the biggest grievances in this update for me personally. Ghost. I am still not the biggest fan of the change of the island in the kitchen. I respect they're going for something different. I don't like that it's now just a death trap corner. I'm not a looper, so looping doesn't mean much to me personally, but you still have the table here, so there's at least still some looping space here in the dining kitchen area. Just don't totally like that this is essentially a death trap. I do appreciate, I feel like they're really working on upping their sound design, and I appreciate what they're going for, and I feel like they'll only grow from here. Let's put that in there. Ooh, can we put it? Dude, I'm trying something. Did I just throw it through? Yeah, okay, so it definitely can't go in the door. Now I want to talk to you about what I consider the absolute highlight of the update, the train. Maybe it's because I'm a sucker for trains, but I love this. I love that we've got all these options of things that can do. The lights can turn off and on. The train can make a sound. It can puff some smoke. And of course, it can go around the track. And it can do multiple at once too. I love it. I love putting things in front of it to see what happens if the train hits it. It's really made the basement a highlight. Usually the basements in the house are kind of just a place like, okay, I have to go there because it's one of the locations it could be. And now it just fell through. There's no more donut. It can't. The donut is gone. See, I love the train room. You never know what's gonna happen. So I did like the rocking chair, and since they're giving an old person theming, they should have left the rocking chair. But I really like the train. It's really fun, and I'm really looking forward to the day that I get a ghost in here. that's turning on the train, that's turning on the lights, that's making the train go whoop whoop. Like, I cannot wait. This is 100% the highlight of the new build for me. You also have a bunch of fun tools and stuff, a lot of fun interactions here in the basement for the ghost to do. I wish we saw one of the things that they were painting. I'm not a looper, but I feel like it'll be fun looping. Train's going, you're going, the ghost is going, you're both looping around here. I think it's just going to be such a fun time. While I do like that they're going with a lot of theming, and that's really fun, I do wish that the theming for Tanglewood was a little bit more of a starter home. I mean, since it's your starter home in the game, it would be a lot nicer to have it seem like a young family. It really does seem like it seems made for it to be. What was that? Since it's your starter home in the game, it feels like it makes sense for it to be the starter, a starter home for a young family, a mom, a dad, a baby kind of situation, which is what I felt like it was originally going with, and it's not anymore. That's one disappointment I have, but for the most part, I feel like we've got... Excuse you. But they really have done a good job of giving it a distinctive feel, which I know is what one thing that they were going for, and it is very distinctive. I just want to say, with all the dog stuff in here, they're doing Willow next. They better make it a cat home. Because there used to be cat pictures in Tanglewood, and I miss the cat pictures. But Willow was always more of the cat home. It had cat toys, it had a little scratcher, and if they're gonna lean in with dog for Tanglewood, they better lean in cat for Willow, or I'm gonna be disappointed. That's really the only answer there. Okay, I'm on a custom, so there's no chance of it hunting, so that I could just keep walking around showing you guys things. But let's find this ghost. Just because it's still fun. Like, that's the whole point of it. I have fun with that, as expected. Dude. Stop. Okay. Gonna put one over here. It's a ghost that I feel like just keeps following me a lot. Stalking me. Oh, that's hitting the plant. Oh, look at that. Okay. So yeah. You make sounds when you hit the plants. They're really going all in on that sound design, and I do like what they're doing. There needs to be a little bit more of a balance. And I honestly, it was a little creepier when the ambience was quieter. When you get into particularly when you step into the house and it's quiet. And all you're hearing is a little dunk of some weird little sound. That, to me, is a little bit spookier than, like, having all of this noise. Which just makes it a little frustrating because then it makes it harder to hear. But having said that, I do like the sounds. They just need rebalancing. Gonna leave that in here. Gonna leave that in here. With the dudes. Put the dudes. Beep. There. Lights off. I will grab a salt. I forgot to turn off. I made a custom so that wouldn't hunt, so I'm not getting any points for this, but I forgot to turn off, not losing consumables. But I have so much money. I'm like, I can afford it. I should, well, this is why we look at where we're going. I should know I only have that much in game. Oh, it's dots. We got dots. And orbs. That's only an EMF 4. Oh, and ghost rating. Look at that. This ghost was like, finally. Like, oh, it's a they. Oh. That explains a lot. Okay, thank you, Thay. Thanks for hosting us while we do a tour. Appreciate you. So those are my thoughts on New Tanglewood. What are your thoughts? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I want to talk about this. That's why I made this. I want to talk about this. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything I missed or if there's any more. Is there more to the story of the family here? Because I feel like I've just covered the basics and I want to know, is there more to dive deeper into in this family? Let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like if you liked and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye.